You won't believe this. Some birds are more dangerous than lions. They might look harmless, but with just one attack, they can break bones, rip flesh, or even take a life. Stay with me, because today we're looking at the most dangerous birds on Earth. Giant sky glider, Andean condor. This bird is a true giant of the sky. The Andean condor is one of the biggest birds in the world that can actually fly. It can weigh up to 33 pounds, and its wings stretch an incredible 10 feet wide. But even with such massive wings, flying isn't easy. That's why these birds live in places with strong winds like mountains, coastal areas, and deserts. The wind helps them glide effortlessly through the sky without wasting much energy. As their name suggests, Andean condors call the high mountains of South America their home. Should we be scared of this enormous bird? Not really. Andean condors are actually vultures, which means they mostly eat dead animals. They help nature by cleaning up carcasses, whether it's a wild animal or a farm animal. Near the ocean, they even feed on dead seals and fish. Unlike fierce hunters, these birds don't have sharp claws, but they do raid bird nests for eggs or young chicks. They can live for a very long time. Some have survived over 75 years in captivity. But they don't have many babies. A pair only has one chick every 2 years, and both parents take care of it for a whole year. The mighty bald eagle. Bald eagles look like royalty in the sky, with their sharp eyes and powerful wings. They are one of the most famous birds in North America, but there's more to them than just their looks. Their eyesight is truly incredible, 4 to 5 times better than humans. While we struggle to see far-off objects, a bald eagle can spot a rabbit from 3 miles away. Their large eyes take up a big part of their skull, giving them a massive 340-degree field of view. Even more amazing, their eyes can work separately or together, making their vision even stronger. These mighty birds may have huge wings, but they are surprisingly light. With a wingspan of 6 to 7.5 feet, they only weigh around 10 to 14 pounds, and most of that weight comes from their feathers, up to 72,000 of them. However, despite their comeback from near extinction due to the DDT chemical disaster, bald eagles still face dangers. Lead poisoning from hunting remains a big threat. When hunters leave behind carcasses containing lead bullets, eagles unknowingly consume the toxic metal, often leading to their deaths. These incredible birds may be strong, but they still need protection to survive. Bone-crushing bearded vulture. This bird has a scary but cool way of eating. The bearded vulture, also called the lammergeier, is a massive vulture found in Europe, Asia, and Africa. Unlike other vultures, it almost never eats meat, just bones. It picks up the bones of dead animals, flies high, and drops them onto rocks to break them open. This clever trick helps it get to the rich, fatty bone marrow inside. With its long black bristles near its beak, it looks like it has a beard, hence the name bearded vulture. But here's where it gets even crazier. If this vulture can't find bones, it sometimes hunts live animals in a terrifying way. It grabs tortoises, marmots, or hares and drops them from high up to kill them. Even scarier, it has been seen pushing bigger animals off cliffs, waiting for them to die, and then coming back to feast. Smart? Yes. Ruthless? Absolutely. The mute swan. You've probably seen a mute swan before. It's one of the most common birds in the UK. With its long, curved neck and elegant movements on water, it's hard to miss. These swans mostly eat water plants like weeds, and they're known for staying with the same partner for life. But some daring and playful ones? They might have more than one. Originally brought to the US in 1870 as a beautiful decoration for ponds, some swans escaped captivity in New Jersey and New York in the early 1900s. Now, they've spread all along the Atlantic flyway. But don't be fooled by their beauty. Mute swans are aggressive and can be a big threat to native water birds. And if you get too close, they won't hesitate to peck at you. Despite their name, mute swans aren't completely silent. While they don't make many sounds, they sometimes snort, hiss, or even let out soft whistles and barking-like noises. But since their windpipe is straight, their calls don't travel far. Instead, they communicate with body language. When flying, their wings make a unique humming or throbbing sound that some describe as musical. If you ever see a male swan arching his wing feathers over his back, that's his way of saying, "Back off." And trust me, That's your cue to step away before he comes charging. Deadly songbird, hooded pitohui. You won't believe this, but there's actually a poisonous bird. It's called the hooded pitohui, and it lives deep in the rainforests of New Guinea. This bird, about the size of a chicken, is covered in poison, from its skin to its feathers. The toxin comes from the bacteria in its food, making it deadly to predators. Any animal that tries to eat it quickly learns it's a terrible idea and leaves it alone. Even other birds in the area have changed their colors to look like the pitohui, tricking predators into thinking they're dangerous too, even though they're not. Scientists had no idea this bird was poisonous until they handled dead ones in a museum. After touching them, their hands started burning. That led to more research, and the results were shocking. The poison in this bird is 200 times stronger than strychnine, a deadly chemical. This little songbird may look harmless, but it's one of nature's most toxic creatures. The mighty pelican. Pelicans are not just fish eaters. These birds have a wild diet. While they love fish, people have seen them eat turtles, small mammals, bugs, and even other birds that live in the water. Their hunting skills are impressive, and their throat pouches can catch way more than just food. These pouches are super flexible, letting them scoop up to 3 gallons of water while hunting, then filter out the tasty snacks inside. Pelicans are also some of the biggest flying birds. The Dalmatian pelican, the largest of its kind, has a wingspan of up to 10.5 feet. Despite being heavy, sometimes weighing up to 21 pounds, they can still fly gracefully because of their massive wings. That makes them even heavier than the Steller sea eagle, the largest eagle in the world. With their giant wings and powerful flight, pelicans prove that size doesn't stop them from soaring through the skies. Poisonous goose. Some birds are what they eat, literally. The spur-winged goose sometimes eats poisonous beetles, which makes its own flesh toxic. This means that if a predator tries to eat one, it could get poisoned too. Despite dangers like hunting and being used in traditional medicine, the spur-winged goose population is still growing. That's rare for many bird species, so it's good news. These birds can build their nests in all kinds of places. Other birds' nests, aardvark burrows, tree holes, or even termite mounds. This goose isn't just big, it's also built for battle. It has sharp spurs on its wings that it uses to fight other geese during mating season. Spur-winged geese love being near water, so they live in places like lakes, rivers, marshes, and flooded grasslands. They also stick together in big groups, sometimes up to 50 birds. Even though they're called geese, they're actually a type of perching duck. Northern gannet. This bird is almost as big as an albatross and has a sharp, angular look. With a strong, pointed beak, a long tail, and thin wings, it's built for speed. Adult northern gannets are mostly white, with black wingtips and a golden crown on their heads, but the real show begins when they hunt. Thousands of them dive into the ocean at the same time, like a snowstorm crashing into the water. They have sharp eyesight and make loud calls as they dive, helping them avoid crashing into each other. These birds can dive from 98 feet high and hit the water at 62 miles per hour, allowing them to catch fish from deeper waters than most birds. They eat so much that the word gannet is now used to describe someone with a huge appetite. Northern gannets also have some weird habits when it comes to their nests. They mostly use seaweed, mud, feathers, and even their own waste, but they also collect strange objects. Scientists have found all sorts of things in their nests: plastic frogs, shotgun shell casings, rope, lobster pot tags, false teeth, a catheter, fishing line, plastic wrap, a gold watch, a fountain pen, and even golf balls. It's like these birds are building their nests straight out of a junk shop. Osprey. The osprey is a powerful bird of prey, famous for its amazing fishing skills. It lives all over the world, except in Antarctica. Unlike many birds, it's the only species in its family. Some ospreys migrate, but those in warm places stay put all year. Fish make up nearly their entire diet, about 99%, and they eat around 80 different types. To catch food, an osprey flies between 32 to 130 feet high and then dives, usually feet first, into shallow water to grab a fish. This bird has been around for at least 11 million years and has adapted perfectly to life near water. It can close its nostrils when diving and has a special toe that can move backward to help grip fish better. Ospreys live an average of 15 to 20 years, but the oldest one recorded was over 25 years old. Over a lifetime, these incredible birds can travel more than 160,000 miles. Martial eagle. This is Africa's most powerful and stunning eagle. The martial eagle is not only the largest eagle in Africa, but also the 5th largest in the world. You can only find this majestic bird in sub-Saharan Africa, where it stands out with its impressive size and beautiful feathers. The female martial eagle is even bigger than the male, with bold spots on her chest and a wingspan that can reach over 8.5 feet. With no natural predators, this eagle rules the skies as Africa's top aerial hunter. The martial eagle has eyes sharper than any human could imagine. It can spot prey from nearly 3 kilometers away and prefers to hunt while soaring high in the sky. Riding warm air currents, it glides effortlessly until it sees a target, then suddenly dives at incredible speed to catch it by surprise. Game birds are its favorite meal, but it will eat almost anything. This powerful bird waits for sunrise before heading out, using its incredible eyesight to track down its next hunt. With unmatched vision and strength, the martial eagle is truly the king of African skies. Common loon, the awkward diver. The common loon is a bird that moves clumsily on land, but hunts like a pro in the water. It spends most of its life in cold places and learns to dive even before it can fly. Every year, a loon and its mate return to the same nest for almost 10 years. Native North Americans have told stories about this bird for centuries, and it even appears on Canada's $1 coin. Though pollution wiped out many loons in eastern North America, they are still thriving in Canada. The name loon comes from the way it walks, which looks quite funny, but its other name, Great Northern Diver, describes it much better. Humans are the biggest threat to loons, but for now, their numbers are safe. The International Union for Conservation of Nature says they are not in danger of extinction. Unlike other water birds, a loon's feet are placed far back on its body, making it a fantastic swimmer and diver. But when it walks on land, it looks awkward. Even landing on water is tricky for them. While most ducks skim across the water on their feet, loons have to slide in on their bellies, making for a pretty funny sight. Fastest hunter in the sky. The peregrine falcon is the fastest animal in the world. This incredible bird can fly at speeds of up to 200 miles per hour, just like a Formula One car. To reach such speeds, it tucks its wings close to its body, forming a boomerang shape that lets it dive like a missile. Scientists are still amazed by how it manages to control its movement at such high speeds, striking its prey with deadly precision without hurting itself. Life is never easy for a peregrine falcon. First, she uses her lightning-fast speed to catch food for her chicks. But there's no time to rest. Huge pelicans invade her territory, and she has to chase them off, even though they're way bigger than her. Just when she thinks she's safe, a deadly snake tries to sneak into her nest. But that was a big mistake. This fierce mother doesn't back down, and the snake quickly learns why no one messes with a peregrine falcon's family. Giant petrel, the fierce sea vulture. This massive bird roams the icy lands and waters of Antarctica. It's as big as a turkey, but way faster and deadlier. Giant petrels are both hunters and scavengers, earning the nickname sea vultures. They feast on fresh kills, including emperor penguins, and fight for their meals. The biggest petrels spread their wings wide to scare away the smaller ones, making sure they get the first bite. They're not picky about food. If they can't hunt, they'll gladly eat dead animals. Sometimes they even drown other birds just to have a meal. Around 15 of these birds are completely white, making them look like albatrosses. But don't be fooled. Petrels are tougher and much meaner. Unlike albatrosses, they don't sing beautifully, but they have a nasty trick up their sleeve. If threatened, they spray a disgusting-smelling oil to defend themselves. Trust me, you wouldn't want to be anywhere near that stench. The mean oxpecker. You've probably seen the African oxpecker sitting on buffaloes, zebras, or giraffes, picking off ticks and parasites. It looks like a helpful little bird, right? Well, not really. These birds are actually dangerous. They don't just eat parasites. They bite the eyes and ears of big animals, sometimes drawing blood. Their pecking can get so bad that it creates open wounds, which can get infected and even cause death. So instead of helping, they often make things worse. But it's not just animals that need to watch out, people do too. Oxpeckers have been known to attack humans, especially when they feel threatened. With their sharp beaks and claws, they can do real damage. So next time you see one of these birds perched on an animal's back, remember, it's not just a tiny cleaner. It's a dangerous predator that knows how to hurt. Rüppell's vulture, the sky king. This massive bird gets its name from a German explorer and zoologist, Eduard Rüppell, who lived in the 1800s. Native to the Sahel region of East Africa, its numbers are shrinking fast due to habitat loss, poisoning, and human activities. Don't mix it up with the griffon vulture. They may look similar, but they're different species. Rüppell's vulture holds an amazing record. It's the highest flying bird ever recorded, soaring an unbelievable 37,000 feet above sea level. Finding food is a challenge for these vultures since they rely only on their sharp eyesight. When they spot a dead animal, they swoop down, land a short distance away, and rush forward with their wings spread and long necks stretched. But feeding time can get messy. These birds often fight each other, hissing, grunting, and turning their necks blood red as they battle for a meal. Once common, their numbers have dropped dramatically, especially in West Africa. Surprisingly, black magic rituals in the region have also played a role in their decline, making their future even more uncertain. Northern crested penguin. Don't let the fluffy crests and black and white feathers fool you. These penguins are far from cuddly. Northern crested penguins have sharp beaks, disease-carrying bodies, and are incredibly clumsy on land. Their cute look hides the fact that they can be dangerous if you get too close. Remember the penguins in Batman Returns? That wasn't just a joke. These birds are actually terrifying. Their beaks are made for catching fish, but they can also deliver a painful bite that lingers. And if that's not bad enough, they carry mites, lice, and even avian flu, which can spread to humans. So if you ever see one, keep your distance. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Crowned eagle. This eagle may not be the biggest or heaviest in Africa, but it's the strongest. When it spots prey on the forest floor, it uses a hunting trick called still hunting. It waits patiently on a tree branch, then suddenly drops down for a surprise attack. Sometimes, it follows its prey for a long time before striking. If the prey is in a tree, the eagle tries to push it down to the ground. But most of the time, it only hunts animals already on the forest floor. Its powerful talons are usually enough to kill in an instant. When the crowned eagle attacks, it aims for the head, driving its razor-sharp claws straight into the skull and brain. If it catches something big, it tears it apart on the ground before carrying the pieces to its nest. But if it snatches its prey whole, it can fly almost straight up, even with heavy weight in its claws. This eagle is a true powerhouse, built for strength and deadly precision. The marabou stork. You won't forget the marabou stork once you see it. Some people call it one of the ugliest animals on Earth, but that depends on who you ask. This giant bird from Africa has a look that stands out, earning it the nickname the Undertaker bird. When seen from behind, its dark wings and back resemble a funeral cloak. Standing about 5 feet tall and weighing 20 pounds, it also has a massive 11-foot wingspan, making it one of the biggest birds alive today. But don't let its strange looks fool you. This bird is full of surprises. The marabou stork is a social creature, often seen near fishing villages and even trash dumps, looking for food. And here's something wild, it's drawn to grass fires. As flames spread, these storks fly ahead, snatching up small animals trying to escape. Talk about bad luck for those poor creatures, running from fire only to end up in the beak of a bird that looks like it lost a fight with a frying pan. Mighty Philippine eagle. This bird is no ordinary eagle. The Philippine eagle, also called the monkey-eating eagle, is one of the rarest and most powerful birds in the world. It's so special that the Philippines made it their national bird and created strict laws to protect it. Anyone caught killing one faces 12 years in prison or a huge fine. People once thought this eagle got its name because it ate monkeys, but that's actually a myth. Scientists have found that it mostly hunts rodents, bats, snakes, and even piglets instead. The Philippine eagle loves thick forests, but here's the sad part. Its home is disappearing. Deforestation and human activities are destroying the woodlands it depends on. Since these eagles only live in forests, spotting one usually means the environment is healthy. But their numbers are dropping, and that's a bad sign for the country's natural resources. If these mighty birds vanish, it could mean big trouble for the forests and everything living in them. Cassowary. This bird looks like it came straight from the age of dinosaurs. The cassowary is known as the most dangerous bird in the world. It mostly eats fruit, but will also snack on insects and plants. In a way, it's like a modern-day velociraptor that just doesn't eat much meat. During World War II, Australian and American soldiers in New Guinea were warned to stay far away from this terrifying bird. Why? Because it has a massive, razor-sharp claw on its second toe, sharp enough to cut off an arm or even kill a person. Cassowaries don't trust humans, but they're not afraid to attack, especially if they want food. In 1920, a teenage boy was killed when a cassowary slashed his neck. In 2019, a 75-year-old man in Florida was clawed to death by his own pet cassowary, marking the first officially recorded human death. But these birds have likely taken many more lives, especially in New Guinea, where attacks often go unreported. Even pet dogs aren't safe from them. And that's why these birds are not to be messed with. Which one shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more crazy stories.